Yeah, Vortex here, and welcome to my review of the Topping DX1. This is a $100 like AMDAC kind of desktop unit, and the most expensive model up from this is the Topping DX3 Pro Plus, which is twice the price. And yeah, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending me this to try out. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, as obviously Topping has made a lot of gear by now, I've bought a few, as I do like what they do, and everything's very, very clean sound, like analytical sound, and they do measure very, very well. And yeah, let's just get into it. So Topping, a company that we know a lot by now, and they make models for basically all parts of the market. Mine is the black one, which we'll see in a bit. Obviously, right now I have not tried these, so yeah. So mine is the black version, so warranty card, English, Chinese, and some of their models. There's the DX3 Pro Plus I do have, which is twice as expensive as this, but it has more kind of power and functionality and stuff like that. E50, L50. There's the E30 and L30 I also own as well. So yeah, Topping stuff's quite good. User guide, I'll have a look at that in a bit. So let's have a look at the unit. I think silver may be a better one, because this does pick up fingerprints a bit, as you can see by my finger. Not very big, so compared to the DX3 Pro Plus, which is over there, DX3 Pro Plus is to about here, and on the top, Pro Plus is probably about this long, so it's not a big unit. So I like it how it's got both, so 6.35, 3.5. Obviously the light when it's in use, but obviously I'll check that. Little mark there for volume. It doesn't turn off. There's no power button there. Obviously all metal. 4 rubber feet. Again, basic build quality, but it's good build quality. USB only, so no optical or nothing like that. I know some people would probably like an optical in, but USB does both power and data. High and low gain probably would have been better on the front. And yeah, just RCAs, and that's fixed out. So this can act like the Topping, I think D10S works like that. So, and there's also driver support. So yeah, after this I'm going to try it on my PC, which is Windows 10. I'll try it on my laptop, which will be Windows 7, and install the drivers and see what it's like. But it's got a little bit of weight to it. It's a solid product. I presume this should perform very well, and this also has the AK4493S, so it's got one of their new DACs in it. I don't know why it says the TPT07. It's the DX1. So yeah, that's what it looks like. As I say, it's not very big, so compared to the Jcally one, so it's quite a small unit. I will compare that and the DX3 Pro Plus probably at the end of the video, because there's some similarities between them. So yeah, I'll see in the future when I've put some good time on this. Also, I just nearly forgot to mention this. Obviously, this is the cable that uses. It only comes with one. So obviously, this does over power, obviously, and data. So yeah, weird that they've gone for the that kind of size. I was expecting maybe Type C. I thought would have been a better cable, a Type C to USB-A. But yeah, that's what they've gone for. So yeah, so I'll see you in the future. So this is what it looks like in Windows 10. In Windows 7 you need to use the drivers, in Windows 10 you don't. But you can use them if you want to, and this is what it looks like on my Windows 10 machine. So click Properties, Advanced, and yeah, so by default you can pick all of these. So yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. And obviously that's it in Windows 10. I presume in Windows 11 that it will be the same, but yeah, that's it. Yes, so welcome to my review section of the Topping DX1. And yeah, one thing I forgot to show was the user manual, which is here. It's in a few different languages, but I'll show you obviously just the English part. So that's just information there. Obviously what the LED does. I've shown you, obviously you've seen this introduction. That's what it can do, 6.35 and 3.5, which you saw. Now the status indicator, it's either white, red or breathing white. I tried it briefly with DSD and it was red. Most of my use was PCM, as in white. So I'll say info there. Specs, 256 native and up to 128 DOP. Again, more specs there throughout the back. And the headphone amp, so output impedance is 0.5, which is super low. Not as high, not as low as that or the desktop gear, but anything under 1 ohm output impedance is very good. And that's its output power. So the output power of this is 32 ohm. At 32 ohm is 280 milliwatts, which is kind of the same power you get from a kind of good, the dongle adapters, the audio adapters, that kind of power. Yes, let's talk about I'll show you another look over what it is. So the size of this is, so you can factor in, is height's 3.2, the width is 10 centimeters, and the depth is 9.8. So it's not very big, to be honest. I'll do a size comparison near the end with the DX3 Pro Plus I have and the Jcally AP90, as they are kind of other options really. So as you saw before, 3.5, 6.35. There is no power button, so that's the minimum, and that's it. And obviously the RCAs are there, high and low gain USB. So very strong. I would have preferred Type C or something similar, but that's what it comes with. So you can either take it or leave it. Obviously there's the input power. So let's talk about power. Realistically, power output. So obviously that's the lowest. With a few of my earphones, I tried it with the Mango T1s. I've tried it with ZS10 Pro X and a few others. So that's the lowest. So around here, which is what, 9 o'clock, that is loud. So, and that's low gain. So a curious one is the KZ PR1s, which I've just got on this kind of cable at the moment. So these are planar, which are hard to drive in relation, and even them loud is 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So bear that in mind, because you can easily overspend for amps. And for headphones, I tried this with the Sivga Phoenix and my Philips Fidelio X2s, and they're only about 12 o'clock on low gain. So power wise, it's more than enough, I found, unless you got planar headphones. But I'll talk about the end, because that's I think you need a better amp for that. But yeah, build quality, it's fine. It's topping, so it's kind of bland, but it does what it's supposed to do. Obviously there's 4 rubber feet. It does bring up fingerprints. Might be hard, you can just see a bit there. I think the silver version would probably mask that better. But to me, it's not a big deal, because it's your property. Who cares? Who cares about fingerprints? So, and the volume, linearity, shall we say? So, I found like it's very linear. So, if you got super sensitive, there's enough range to alter it. So, I'm more than happy with the power. So, it's a very basic unit. So that's it. There's no other switches. There's nothing apart from the gain on the back. It's a very, very basic. So driver support. So for Windows 10, as you just saw, plug and play, no issues. Windows 7 drivers, again, no problem at all whatsoever. And the ASIO drivers as well. So, and again, it supports DSD and everything like that, if that really matters to you. I only tried it briefly with DSD, but most of my testing was done with DSD and MP3 and FLAC, mostly FLAC. So sound quality, what does this sound like for one of the cheapest products they've made as a combo unit? I think it's very good. It sounds slightly smooth in its presentation, slightly. They do advertise that the DAC is the velvet model or something like that. But yeah, the actual sheer sound quality comes out of this is very good. And for sensitive units, the noise floor is basically non-existent. So that's what Topping seem to do very well these days, is get any noise floor, it's super quiet. So, and obviously the output impedance is 0.5, which is pretty good, to be honest, at this kind of price. So you can use it with probably whatever gear you have that's super sensitive. It should be fine. I don't see any issues with that. Yeah, not much to say really. It's very simple. You plug it in, it works, and it sounds good. Has enough power for all the IEMs I've tried, and it's very straightforward. It's a very basic unit. So, and I do like the volume level is separate than what's in Windows. So Windows sets 100%, and then control it off that. If that's any issue, lower it in Windows, and then control it off that as well. You do what you need to do. Yeah, not much to say really. It's just an app DAC, and it sounds pretty good. So in conclusion, do I recommend this? Yes, but I've got some competition here. The AP90 from Jcally and the Topping DX1 Pro Plus, which is twice the price. You can see the size difference there. So $65 also, $100, $200 to fit them all in. Now these are both desktop only. This can be used for desktop and portable, so it's a bit more user friendly than this. Now it depends, is it worth you buying that, or if you're going straight to the big boy here? So this is twice the price. But this does, the DX1 Pro Plus does there. So it does 1.8 watts at 32 ohm. It's got Bluetooth receiver. So, well, it can receive Bluetooth. So it's not a transmitter. Bluetooth receiver only. Can do out the RCA's on the back, line out and pre-out. Has a remote control, and you can change filters. And it sounds a little bit better than it does. Small amount better. That has a lot more functionality than that, but it depends if you need that. That's the thing. I do prefer the simplicity of this, and none of my headphones, apart from one, requires that power. Everything I have are typically IEMs. You don't need that. This does the job fine. Was it worth saving $35 or so and getting something like this, which has basically the same output power, has dual outputs, USB powered. You know, it just depends on what you need. This also has high and low gain, and yeah, it all depends on what you want. This is a bit more limiting, I think, than the AP90s, but for my laptop use from now on, this will be the main use. Will be my main device, and that's my backup one. Obviously, this will be used for my PC, so along with my Topping E30 and L30. And that's pretty much it. So I do recommend it. You just have to be wary of that, if that's what you want, is this device. And that's pretty much it. You know, or if you really need the functionality, you go for something like the Pro Plus. It's a shame that's only got one output with a 3.5. And yeah, that's it. That's technically the best, but is it worth twice the money? That's up to you. I like that it's a bit more simple. And yeah, I'll probably end it there. If I missed anything in particular, just let me know in the comments, because I probably did miss something. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, and obviously I've got a few videos coming up, and I'm upping my amounts to 3 videos a week just because I have so much to do. And yeah, see you in the next video.